Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new episode of NASCAR Heat 3 Career Mode. I hope you are all having a great day. Today we go short track racing at Bristol with both the Xfinity Series and the Cup Series. Obviously up first we have the Xfinity Series race to take care of. So hopefully we have a good run today here at Bristol with Noah Gragson in the car. He started in about P13, so obviously not the greatest starting position, but he still was able to work his way forwards fairly well throughout this race here in Bristol. As you see, moving up towards the top 10 position already on the first lap, and as he came towards the later stages of this race, he had moved up into the 4th position there, passing the 22 of Austin Cindric. So as he came towards now the final lap, heading down into turns 3 and turns 4, still sitting P4, and that was as far as Gragson would get as he came out of turn 4. Gragson comes through to get a 4th place finish for us here in the Xfinity Series. So a solid result for Noah Gragson and this team. Obviously not a win, so hopefully we can actually get back to victory lane. Obviously we won back in Las Vegas, so hopefully we can get back to victory lane soon with the Xfinity team. Now it's time to set our sights on the Cup Series, where we're still looking for win number 1 on the season. Now as you come through into qualifying through turns 3 and turns 4 on the exit of the corner, as usual, we're going to come through with a great lap and go P1 with a 16.846 here in Bristol. So let's see if we can hold on to that number 1 position.
Hello everyone and welcome to Bristol Motor Speedway in Bristol, Tennessee for the running of the Food City 500. This half-mile concrete oval is famous for its high-banking, stadium-like seating and all the beating and banging that goes on between the competitors. In fact, sometimes there are more fireworks during this race than on the 4th of July. But there's no room for hurt feelings or bruised egos today. All that matters to these drivers is winning this race. This is Bristol Motor Speedway, and this is NASCAR Racing on PRN.
All right, we're ready to go green here for the Food City 500 at Bristol Motor Speedway. Bubba Wallace failed optical scanning station multiple times, so he is starting at the back of the field, and that is your only note coming into this race here at Bristol, with myself and Kyle Busch on the front row now as we get ready to go green to start here in Bristol. Now as the green flag is up, we are underway. Behind us we got Clint Boyer and Chase Elliott on that second row now as we go down into turns 1 and turns 2, looking to get Hendrick Motorsports their first win on the season. Now as we come out of turn 2, getting sideways already and losing the lead to Kyle Busch as we go down into turn 3, just in front of Clint Boyer there. So not a very good first lap for myself here in Bristol. Now as we come out of turn 4, crossing that line, Kyle Busch leads away at the moment here as we hit 29 to go in the first stage. Behind us we had Kyle Larson moving through to take over that 3rd position. He's looking a little bit speedy now as we go down through turns 3 and turns 4, trying to get to Kyle Busch, but he certainly had a much better car than I did at the beginning of this race. So it was certainly a struggle to be able to stick with the 18 at this part of the race with Kyle Busch. And now as we came to lap 7 here, you see Kyle Busch getting to my inside now as we head down the back straightaway, or Kyle Larson I should say, sorry, as we go down into turn 3. We get into the wall there, making a bit of a mistake. Not a lot of room between myself and Larson, so I just went in a little bit too hard, gave up the position, but we would fight back because as we came now approaching lap 16, we would look once again to the inside of Larson and try to do a bit of a slide job on him, but it's not successful through turns 1 and turns 2. But we're going to come down the back straightaway side by side. He gets clear, but now we're going to try it again as we go down into turn 3. The slide job successful as we go through turns 3 and turns 4 as we take over the 2nd position. And that would pretty much be as far as we would get here in this first stage. Now as we came to just 2 laps to go here in stage 1, at this point working our way through lap traffic, but still in 2nd place, Kyle Busch. He had driven away with the lead at this point. Now as we come out of turns 4, coming through to take the white flag now in the first stage as we go down into turns 1 and turns 2. Kevin Harvick actually had moved up into the 3rd position. Kyle Larson had fallen down to P4 as we get very sideways on the exit of turn 2. And now Harvick's right on our bumper as we go down into turns 3 and turns 4, but it's not going to be an issue as Kyle Busch comes through to win stage 1. We get P2, so Kyle Busch picks up yet another playoff point here on the season. And our teammate Alex Bowman rallied to get up to P5 there in the first stage. So Bowman looking like he has a pretty strong car, climbing his way throughout the field. I'm very happy that we didn't have Martin Truex Jr. near us, because if he gets near us, it's going to turn into a very dirty race probably now as we get ready to go green here for the 2nd stage in Bristol. Kyle Busch with a playoff point on the day now as the green flag is back out. Stage 2 is underway here in Bristol Motor Speedway now as we head down towards turns 1 side by side with the 18 of Kyle Busch, and he's going to probably get clear. There he goes. gets clear for the lead now as we exit turn 2 side by side with Harvick, but we clear him already. Going down into turn 3 now behind the 18 of Kyle Busch, trying to look to his inside as we exit turn 4, sliding up the track, making contact with the left rear Busch, and sideways we go. We hang on to the cars, we're going down into turns 1, but Kevin Harvick, he pounces on that opportunity and takes over P2 now as we're side by side with the 42 of Kyle Larson as we go down into turn 3, though we send it in hard enough to get clear of Larson now as we exit turn 4, and Harvick already putting the pressure on Kyle Busch as we go down towards turns 1 and turns 2. Bowman behind us moves up into P4 over Larson as Boyer is also trying to pass Larson as Kevin Harvick would go through now to the inside of Kyle Busch as we came through turns 3 and turns 4, and Harvick would be able to take the lead from Kyle Busch. And now as we came to lap 4, I would look to the inside of Kyle Busch, so he certainly doesn't seem to be showing the second stage speed, so we come through and easily make a pass on Kyle Busch and move back up into P2. And myself and Kevin Harvick would drive away from the cars behind us at this point now as we came to lap 7, hitting lap 8 here in the second stage as we go down towards turns 1 with 21 to go. In the second stage now, there's trouble behind us, so Ryan Truex going for a slide, and that's going to collect multiple cars. Haley Deegan, Daniel Hemrick, Parker Kligerman, and Cody Ware all included, and that would bring out a caution and set us up for a restart now in the second stage. Now we get ready to go back green now, and the green flag is out behind us. We got Bowman and Kurt Busch on that second row and third and fourth now as we go down into turns 1 and turns 2. Harvick gets clear for the lead. We're already clear of Bowman, so we can get down behind Harvick as we head down the straightaway towards turns 3, getting close to his back bumper, just about getting into the back of him as he went through turns 3 and turns 4 now on the exit of the corner. So Harvick leads the lap now as we went down into turns 1 here, and now as we came through with just 6 laps to go in the second stage, Bowman would actually continue to put the pressure on me now as he tries to pass me down the back straightaway into turns 3 as we make a little bit of contact there, and we hit the wall there now as we go through turns 3 and turns 4. Just not a lot of room between myself and Bowman, and I just turned in a little too hard, and now as it came to just 2 to go, still right behind Bowman in second place, but now Joey Logano putting the pressure on me as he comes down the back straightaway looking to my inside, approaching the white flag in stage 2 this time. Kevin Harvick stuck behind lap traffic. He is not trying to make a move right now as we come through to start the final lap now in this second stage. Harvick leads, Bowman second, Logano third. Logano looks to the inside of our Hendrick teammate of Bowman, and they're closing in right on the back of Harvick as we head down the straightaway into turn 3 for the final time. They're going to go 3 wide for the lead now as we come out of turn 4. Logano is going to steal the stage victory here in Bristol, and we come through to get P4 as Bowman gets second as there's a car blowing up just ahead of us, but Joey Logano with the great pass there at the end to pick up the stage victory. Bowman second, Harvick third, myself fourth, Chase Elliott, our other Hendrick teammate, in P10, and then we got William Byron somewhere in the back as we would pit for 2 cans of fuel and 4 tires, and we had a bunch of drivers stay out now, so this shakes up everything quite a bit. William Byron leads away, Bowman second, so mixed strategies now as this third stage is underway here in Bristol. Behind us we got the stage winner of Joey Logano, so we know we're not in really a bad situation. It's just that the strategy is just all over the place here now as we go through turns 1 and turns 2 on the exit of the corner, getting loose again. I think we've gotten loose on the exit of turn 2 on like every start of a stage at this point now as we go through turns 3 and turns 4. Harvick looking to my outside. We know he is one of the fastest cars here right now, but up ahead you see the car that was blowing up at the end of the second stage stayed out, and I believe that is Ross Chastain as we go down the back straightaway, so he is going to be in the way, and that could be a huge opportunity for myself now as he is right in the middle of the pack as we come through turns 3 and turns 4. And we're just going to stay on the bottom there as Alex Bowman, our teammate, is held up right behind Chastain as we go through turns 1 and turns 2. Now inside of the top 10 as we exit turn 2, heading down the back straightaway. So up into P7 at the moment as we went down into turn 3. Behind us, Logano gets past that little mess of cars. Bowman, we know he's fast, but he's stuck behind Chastain at the moment as well. But as now we came through on lap 71, he'd gotten past Byron and now moved up to P5, passing McMurray for P4 as we went down into turns 1 with 54 laps to go at this point. And we would continue moving up through the field now as it got up to P3 with 47 to go. Elliott had taken the lead now as we go through to try and pass second place of Daniel Suarez as we make a little bit of contact there down the back straightaway. But as we go down into turn 3 now, bowling the slide job on Suarez and taking over P2 and setting our sights on our teammate of Chase Elliott, who leads away now as we came through on lap 89. Elliott still leading, not that much though ahead of me now as we come through turn 3 and turn 4, looking to the inside of Parker Kligerman at this point, just coming through, getting through this lap traffic, 36 laps remained. Logano, he was starting to close in on the back of me now as we come out of turn 2. He is right there, now looking to my inside as we go down towards turn 3. And Logano, he's actually going to come through to take over the second position as he's showing a lot of speed here late in Bristol now. So we fall back to P3 as we come through on lap 99 at this point, approaching just 26 laps to go. Elliott still leading Logano P2 as we're actually closing in on him now as we came through with just a few laps later. 23 to go. He is stuck in this lap traffic. Gives me a chance now to make a move for that second position and take it back now as we go down into turn 3, trying to do this line job yet again. And now as we come through the center of the corner, on the exit of the corner, we take over second place from Logano. And we would continue just clicking off these lap cars, getting them out of the way. Now as it came to lap 111, just hoping really at this point that we might get a caution, because you see how far Elliott is ahead with only 15 laps to go. Not a lot of time at Bristol in 15 laps now, and as it came through on lap 112, looking down to the inside of Eric Jones, who we've been very close to becoming rivals with, making a little bit of contact there with him as we clear him into turns 1 and turns 2, just trying to get to the back of Elliott, but he is just doing such a good job now. And as we came through out of turns 4, approaching lap 115 now on the back of Parker Kligerman, yet again the caution's gonna fly now late in Bristol. There you see trouble up ahead there. It looked like Landon Castle. That sets up for a late race restart here in Bristol with less than 10 laps to go alongside Chase Elliott. The green flag is out and we are underway now once again. Elliott and myself on the front row. 8 laps remain in Bristol. 2 Penske cars behind us. It's Hendrick and Penske right now as we come through out of turns 1 and turns 2. And we're going to have to send it in up the inside as we go down into turn 3, just barely in front of Logano. Now as we look to the inside of Elliott as we come through turn 3 and turns 4, he stays clear as we exit the corner. We're going to have to continue to send it up the inside now. 7 laps to go now in Bristol. Logano putting on the pressure. We know we need to get this move made and take the lead as we go down into turn 3. Once again, looking up the inside of the 9 of Elliott as we come through out of turns 4. Elliott doing a great job defending the lead now as we go down into turns 1. We're going to go for a bit of a slide there. Just in front of the 22, we slide up the hill. He makes it 3 wide. As we exit turn 2, Elliott hits the wall and we all collide as we go down the back straightaway 3 wide. And Logano pushes me up to the track into the wall with Elliott now as we go for a big slide on the exit of turns 4. We hang on to the car with a big save. And now as we came through with lap 121, Bowman had gotten up to P2 as we sit, or P3 as we sit in second now as we go down into turns 3. And now the caution once again comes out here in Bristol. Big drama at the end of this race now as we will be with 2 laps remain here in Bristol with myself and Logano on the front row. Another restart now, and Logano, he used us up so we can do the same thing to him as we go down into turns 1 and turns 2. So we certainly won't shy away from roughing Logano up here in this last lap and a half here in Bristol now as we cut off the 88 of Bowman, giving the bumper a little bit there to the 22, looking up the inside as we come through turns 3, out of turns 4. The white flag is now in the air as we go down towards turns 1. We're going to send it in deep and we're going to get into the side there of Joey Logano and put him in the wall now as we come out of turn 2. Bowman, he's going to make it 3 wide for the lead down the back straightaway, and he gets into my left rear, putting me up towards the wall. And Alex Bowman comes out of turns 4 in the lead, and he will win in Bristol as we come through to finish in the second position. A wild finish here in Bristol. We had it, it looked like, for a moment, and Bowman, you know, he just got into my left rear, turned me sideways. I just slid into the 22, and then I just slid into the wall. I couldn't do anything at that point. I was really just a passenger, and honestly, I kind of deserved it. I cut off Bowman coming to into turn 3, approaching the white flag, so I felt like we had deserved that. We do jump up to 6th in the points, so we're certainly making up some points now, but our third second place finish of the season already, so that's certainly not a stat that we won. That could have been 3 wins possibly, so unfortunate. Obviously, some drivers aren't very happy with us after that. Once again, the what do you call it, the short tracks this season have been kind of rough so far, and that might be a trend that continues into the next one at Richmond, because that's where we're going next time. So as always though, if you guys enjoyed this episode, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Those would all be very, very appreciated. Like I said, in the next one we go to Richmond in both Xfinity and Cup. I don't know when the next truck race is. Like I said before, the schedule is glitched, so like I don't know when Martinsville for the trucks is going to be. Might be in like the Talladega episode. I have no idea. They got the schedule all screwed up when matching it with Cup, so it's going to be weird. But there you see the playoff grid. Right now we sit 8th in the playoff grid. No playoff points yet, and that's a concern of mine, so hopefully we can find a way to pick up some playoff points here soon. So that will do it though for this episode. I'd like to thank you all for taking the time out of your day to watch this one, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Have a great day, everybody.